Hey guys, what's good? It's Nat here, coming to you from beautiful Thailand. In this video, I want to talk about what to expect if you decide to become a digital nomad. So I've been a digital nomad for around 4 years so far. I've lived in Spain, I've lived in Turkey, I've lived in Ukraine, and I'm also living right now in Thailand. I'm currently based in Krabi, Thailand, and it's one of the most beautiful places that I've been to on earth. Very happy to call it my home for now. But as a digital nomad, you will find that you are based in somewhere maybe 3 to 6 months, and then you move on. And I'm coming to the point where, I don't want to keep moving on and on from place to place. And there's a number of reasons why. It's nice to explore the world, meet new people, make new connections, but after a time, it becomes harder and harder each time because you make friends, you make connections, and then you have to move on and make new ones. And also, finding a base and getting settled takes like 2 to 3 weeks in itself. You have to find somewhere to live, find the gym, the best restaurants, basically get settled into a place. I've always been someone that really appreciates freedom and autonomy. When I was growing up, I got into a lot of trouble at school. I didn't like listening to authority. And so, I found myself in a lot of trouble throughout my teens, my school years. And it wasn't until the final year of university where I really got serious about improving my life. What to expect if you're a digital nomad? Of course, if you're someone who's watching this and you like freedom, then it's one of the best options and lifestyle choices that you can make. But you just have to be aware that not everything is going to be perfect. The grass isn't always greener on the other side. You have a less stable life than most people who choose the typical 9 to 5 route. So there is a trade-off, and like with everything in life, there's always a trade-off. For example, in Krabi, I'm surrounded by beautiful nature, good weather, beautiful women. But on the other hand, the people down in the south of Thailand are not as friendly. It's more expensive here, and the facilities and gyms, for example, aren't as good as, say, in Bangkok, for example. So with every place that you choose to live in, there will be a trade-off. If you're watching this and you're maybe 18 years old, 19 years old, and you don't know what to do with your life, you don't know what to do with your life, but you know that you don't want the typical 9 to 5 lifestyle, then my advice is to learn an online skill or learn a skill that you can get paid for online. Many different types of skills, such as software development, copywriting, remote sales, web design. Pick a skill and try to aim for $2,000 to $3,000 minimum online. And with that income, you can generally live in 60-70% of most places. Of course, you can't live in places like London or America with that, but you can live somewhere like in Asia, Thailand, South America. These are common places. So yeah, my journey as a digital nomad has had its ups and downs. I would say the worst thing about being a digital nomad is that you can feel very isolated if you pick the wrong place. And I felt like that before in Western Ukraine. And I also felt like that when I was living in Chiang Rai, which is a small city, a small town in the north of Thailand. It is beautiful, but like I say, if you value connections, which 99% of humans do, then you are going to feel isolated. And that's the biggest takeaway that I've learned in the past 4 years is that social connection and relationships just simply cannot be neglected. You're going to need them no matter how good the place you're living in is. You will always need some sort of social connections to have your high level of general well-being. And as Ty Lopez says, there's four things in life you need to focus on. It's your health, wealth, love, and happiness. And every day you should be aiming to improve one of these in any shape or form. So whenever you become a digital nomad, make sure that you're always focused on improving them. Make sure you have good habits, because not only is it harder to maintain social connections, it's going to be much harder to maintain a healthy diet. It's going to be harder to maintain a gym routine if you're constantly on the go. So maybe even try to keep your movement to like 3 to 6 months per city, and yeah, that should be enough time to get a base, get settled, get to explore the area, make sure that you're getting sufficient work done and so forth. Whereas I find that, if you're moving constantly, like every 1 month to 6 weeks, it's just far too much time to be moving, and it's harder to get work done and work on yourself. So yeah, this is Nathan Corey checking out. There's a couple of reasons why it's hard as a digital nomad. Like I say, the social aspect, um, maintaining connections, and also the freedom of movement is a positive, but it's also a negative, because that means that you have to find a new home, meet new people, find restaurants, and so forth. But yeah, I wouldn't trade it for the world. It's been a pleasure being able to do this. When I was growing up, as I said, I always knew that I didn't want to live in Ireland. I graduated as a software developer, and I knew that I couldn't just sit behind the computer screen in the same office with the same people. That would drive me crazy. Life would not be worth living. So, like I say, very, very grateful to be able to do this. And if you're starting your journey, or you're also on your journey, then leave a comment in the section below. If you don't agree with me, also leave a comment. And yeah, I always like to hear two sides of the coin, always open to new perspectives. So yeah, this is Nathan Corey checking out. Peace.